Latte. We are about to have a fun episode today. God dang it. Boy, man, welcome to the Book With Me podcast. It's going to be a great show. Today I have my girl Sarah with me. I just found out Sarah's last name is Taylor. That is so white of you.
I am pretty Caucasian, man. Okay.
You know, somebody, I was talking to somebody a long time ago. They thought you was Italian. I'm like, I don't think Sarah's Italian.
I'm like Italian, German, Czech, Romanian, Polish. I'm just a European mutt, but in America, I'm Caucasian.
No doubt. If y'all don't know who Sarah is, Sarah is a jack of all trades. Let's just say some of y'all seen her at the strip club doing various jobs. Mm-hmm. We've also seen Sarah do various jobs in the nightlife. And then you also do eyebrows, eyelashes.
Yep. So I'm a licensed esthetician. Mm-hmm. So I do lash extensions, facials, stuff like that. So
Gotcha. And what's the name of your company?
Body Glow Aesthetics.
Y'all heard that? Say it one more time.
Body Glow Aesthetics.
Let's go. Location is where?
It's on Gun Highway.
Oh, really?
Yeah, right here in Tampa.
How long have you had that?
I've had that spot since April.
Ladies, if you would need a new lady, here it is. Sarah's ready. We'll get all the information towards the end. All right, so this is the one question I've been wanting to ask you for a long ass time. Why you always look mad? Like, this is the most I've ever seen you smile, but like, you have that rested bitch face. I'm like, God, I know you.
I have just perfected that face, and I don't know. It's actually helped me out in a lot of situations.
Right.
But I'm really a nice person. You just have to say hi.
That's it?
That's it. Just say hi and start a conversation.
But the conversation has to be on point, because you don't deal with a lot of tomfoolery.
No.
See, there you go. There it is. That's the face. Did y'all see that? It was just like, it happens. It's funny because I've seen guys look at you when I'm in the clubs or whatever nightlife I'm in, and I see that they want to talk to you, and then once they like, she's unapproachable. And I'm like, in my mind, I'm thinking, she a cool ass bitch. Like, you guys have no idea how cool Sarah is.
I am.
Now, with that being said, like I said, you have expanded to a lot of stuff. I'm trying to figure out where to start because being a stripper, being a bartender, being a bottle girl, VIP hostess at a club, where can we start? Do we start in the strip club side of it, or do we go to the nightlife?
I'm down for whatever.
Whatever.
Honestly, I don't know, man. Both of them, I have some good and bad things to say about it. So.
Okay, so let's tap into the stripper world.
Okay.
Do you prefer to be called a stripper, dancer, or erotic dancer?
Just call me a stripper. Let's just keep it simple.
Okay, so we'll call, because I see some girls get kind of like touchy about it. They're like, no, I'm a dancer. And I'm like, nah, bitch, you're a stripper.
You're a stripper. You get on a stage with a pole and you take your top off or you take all your clothes off. You're a stripper, baby. It's okay. It's okay. If you want to be a dancer, you should have been a ballerina.
See, that's what I'm talking about. But it's funny. I just saw a girl post not too long ago on IG, and she said that they referenced themselves as sex workers. Because we know girls let's keep it, listen, I'm going to try to keep this very kid-friendly, but some bitches be fucking and sucking behind the scene for some money.
1,000%. You're never going to get away from it. It's something that now I feel like in 2024 has definitely been normalized.
Right.
Especially with OnlyFans. It's just something that's normal now. Like, after the pandemic, everything changed in the stripper industry.
Right.
And, the economy ain't that good right now, so bitches got to do what they got to do.
You wasn't doing none of that stuff?
No.
Have you ever?
No.
Okay. Had to ask that question real quick.
I thankfully, and that is one thing that, has brought me, it's really humbled me in the past couple of years, is when I first started dancing, I was very spoiled. Like, very, very spoiled. Like, I had sugar daddies left and right that only wanted to hang out in the club, and I had athletes that were just like, oh, Paris, and I'm just, it was easy for me to make money and not have to do anything.
Right.
And, you know, there were girls that were okay to do things, and hey, if that's what you want to do, baby, go ahead and do your thing. Just don't expect me to join you. And, you know, it worked for me. It worked for me to have the friends that were okay with the extra, so I didn't have to do it.
You just said something that I completely should ask you. What is your stripper name? And I heard you say Paris. Yeah.
Yep.
Why did you go with that name?
Honestly, I don't know. It was just, I was London for a little bit, and then I just switched it to Paris. I felt like it was shorter, it felt better, and I just was Paris ever since.
Okay.
It was very rare that I had to change my name. I think like when I went out of town was the only time I ever had to change my name up.
Because of somebody else already had it?
Yeah.
How often, I know I got away from the sex talk, but we could come back to that. How often does that happen? I know with you, it's only happened one time. But how often does the same Mercedes or Lexus collide when they try to go to another strip club in another city?
A lot. Those names of like cars and like cities and stuff, they're very popular. So it's like, you can't go out of town and expect to have the same stripper name. You have to have a backup that's like a normal person name. Mm-hmm. Like Emily or like Elizabeth or some shit like that.
Call me Amy.
Literally, because you ain't gonna get no good name.
Oh my
God. Gotta be a regular when you go out of town sometimes.
I feel like a car name is so old school. So what's a stripper name that really kind of like threw your eyebrows up? You're like, what the fuck?
Oh God.
Because I know there's some creative names out there that you came across.
I can't think of any right now, but I definitely feel like there have been some. But I can't think of any off the top of my head.
Have you ever heard of Bubblicious?
No, I have not met a Bubblicious. I've met a Bubbles. Plenty of Bubbles. Yeah. It's been plenty of Bubbles.
What's the most common name that you come across there?
Probably like Paris or Mercedes.
Really?
Yeah, those were some of the most common ones.
I'm surprised chicks use the name Mercedes. Like it just,
or like Porsche.
Yeah. It's just so redundant. Just like come up with something different. Have you ever seen the Ice Cube movie Players Club?
Yeah.
Is the strip club still like that?
No.
Or do girls actually get along? Like, oh, girl, I'm here to support you.
Sometimes. Now, when there's
speak on it. Don't hold back, sir.
Okay.
Let's go.
Bitches be getting real comfortable with customers, and they get real territorial.
Right.
Especially when they are hanging out with the customer or fucking the customer. Bitch can't tell them shit. When they walk in that club, it don't matter who they're there to see. That's her customer, and she's gonna dictate whatever the fuck happens.
How can you claim a customer though? Like if he's there to see one girl, which I completely get.
Yeah.
But then, you come across, you're like, hey, let me find out what this chick is about.
Oh, no. Mm-mm. Especially when it comes to, like, sections. When you're in a section and there's a girl that's, the head honcho, it can get pretty weird. And shit gets hectic in the dressing room, that's for damn sure. So,
have you had any fights in the strip club?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
Of all those fights, have you won all of them or have you lost a couple?
Physical fights. Physical fights I've only been in one. And It was actually when we had the Super Bowl here.
Oh shit. What club?
Penthouse. Yeah.
What was the situation then?
So there was a customer that had come in the night prior and was dancing her. But then he saw me at the end of the night, threw me a couple bands, and was like, I'll be back tomorrow. Cool. Came in the next day. I was dancing with him, and she walked up, and she kept coming up with her friend. So I politely told her, I said, listen, baby, like, he's busy right now. You had your turn yesterday. He don't want you today. Move on. And she thought it would be a bright idea to, like, put her hand up to my throat. Now, mind you, and all them were in the dining room. Security was watching the situation because they had happened to walk by and overhear the conversation. So by the time I had her on the floor, O and them were on this side, and security and the manager were on this side. So it wasn't really like a fight, but I got her on the ground. To me, that's a win.
Okay, we'll take that as a dub.
But it was definitely interesting. I hadn't been in a physical fight in a long time.
Really?
Most of the time, it's just like arguments.
Right.
And I can say a lot of hurtful things. So
hold up, pause. Yo, this motherfucker right here, excuse my French, but she can cut you with her tongue. I've seen it. I've witnessed it. Like, I've seen you say some ruthless things to other women, especially dudes.
But it's the truth. And the truth hurts. And I'm sorry, but if you're a piece of shit, you're a piece of shit. And if you think you're about to walk into my section and get a full cut of what I've already made,
right,
you're highly fucking mistaken.
Damn.
And, you know, or like even when doing bottle service, like if you can't put in the same work that I'm putting in, don't expect the same kind of money. And I think that's one of the biggest things. Like, put in the work.
Right.
Like, just do the fucking work.
Damn.
Yeah.
Not that you're right, because I've noticed just from working nightlife and hosting clubs and events, you have some people who are not putting in work, and then they expect half of the tip money. And I'm like, bro, you didn't do nothing. Like, I watched.
Yeah.
As I'm hosting, I'm watching you just talking to everybody else while the other girls are y'all doing the lights and everybody else is doing the thing, and you're just like drinking, doing shots with the customers and whoever else, which is crazy. I was at the strip club recently. I was at Scores, and some dude that I've seen in the nightlife comes up to me. That his breath stunk, and you know when somebody's breath stunk, you kind of like draw back because you're just like yeah, or you just do this to the side and they talk to the ear. Has there been a time? And I'm sure this happened to you while you're dealing with the customers. Which is worse, breath or body odor when it comes to being stanky?
So it depends. If you're giving a dance to somebody, body odor is definitely the worst because you ain't got to talk to them.
Right.
Your back's to them the whole time. But if you're like sitting down in a section talking to somebody, that breath, boy. I swear I'll never. You want to take a shot? You ready for a shot? Let's do a shot. Clean that palate a little bit.
Have you ever tell a customer, like, you need some gum?
I've given customers gum before, yeah.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. Especially if it's like a regular and we know they do extracurricular activities in the bathroom.
Right.
Yeah, I'm going to have the gum on deck for you, baby, because ain't nothing like that cocaine breath, boy.
Which is crazy. Drugs and stripping, it goes hand in hand.
Oh, yeah.
And like, you're just not going to get away from that.
No. You're either going to drink or you're going to do some kind of drug, but it just goes hand in hand.
What was your funniest moment that you've seen in the strip club?
That I've seen?
Yeah.
Probably when bitches bust their ass.
On stage?
On stage. And I can say that because I've done it before. That shit is funny as hell. Like, I'm sorry. Or even just like walking through the club and the little baby strippers that have those little deer feet.
Yeah.
Can't walk in the heels. And next thing you know, they just shoo.
Face down like a mug.
It's just, yeah. That's probably the funniest.
Damn, really?
Mm-hmm.
You are a very attractive woman. We'll talk about your personal stuff down the road. And being in Tampa, working at Penthouse now, what other clubs have you worked at?
So I work at Dollhouse now.
Okay, Dollhouse, my bad.
I've worked at Penthouse. I've worked at Scores. I've worked at 2001 Odyssey, Charlotte's, Truth, Lookers.
Oh, you worked at Truth? Wow, damn, girl.
I worked everywhere.
Damn.
Mm-hmm.
Why so many spots?
I don't know. I go where the money is. Like, if I know I can go somewhere and I can make money, I'm going to go and make my money.
Okay, so with that being said, Go ahead.
And I'm very confident. So even whenever I go to a new club, it's never a question of, oh, am I going to make money? Or, oh, is somebody going to try me? It's always just, I'm coming here to do one thing, get my money and leave. And I've never had any issues. Except going to Orlando.
Was Orlando that bad?
The girls in Orlando are just mean.
I've heard
for no reason.
I've heard that before.
For no reason. And she was a little racist. I'm not gonna lie, but I mean, I kind of chalked it up to, okay, well, I'm coming to your territory. This is your club, and I probably dance with your customer, and you feel some type of way. Whatever, it's okay.
Right.
But some girls just take that shit OD, and it's a lot.
That's nutty. You just said racist. Have you come across that situation a lot, or maybe had a few situations here and there?
I've had a couple here and there, but it wasn't anything like that got physical or anything. It was just like the sly little comments or whatever, which I don't care. I just chalk it up to, oh, you're jealous. It is what it is. Like,
I'm sure you was the better looking than the other chick anyways.
I mean, yeah. But it's a very common thing in the strip club. Right. In the strip club industry in general.
No, because women, I say this, but I'm being very open when I say this. I just feel like when it comes to that industry, women are very catty.
Oh, absolutely.
And it be for no reason. Like, bro, we're here to get you're here to get your money, you're here to get my money. At the end of the day, let's get it together and, hey, be on your merry way.
That'll never happen.
But that's...
No. Especially when you have, like, the clicks.
Right.
So you'll have one click over here, and then you have one click over here. And then there will be, like, that one or two customer, that one person from this clique is fucking, and one person from this clique is fucking. And then all of a sudden, everybody just hates each other because my man. And, yeah. It'll never be, you know, a kumbaya situation in the strip club.
You said something earlier about Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
You're more welcome to name drop if you feel comfortable doing that. And it ain't got to be nobody. I mean, like, we see status people from Hollywood to, you know, football players, basketball players that come into the city. Which status person has trying to tap in with you?
A lot of athletes.
Yeah.
Famous people, not so much. I kind of just don't really like deal with them. Like, they're nice, but they're very mean at the same time. And they're very
football players? I mean,
no, like celebrities.
Celebrities, okay.
Like the DJs and the artists. And it's, you know, I get it. You have this cocky ass attitude because you are who you are, and that's fine. Athletes have no shame. They do not care, and they are some dirty motherfuckers.
When you say dirty, what you mean by that?
If it walks and it talks, they gonna shoot their shot.
Really?
Yes.
I would think with some, you know, athletes, they are very picky about who they want.
No.
What?
No.
Damn. They're just trying to get the free pussy, huh? If it's possible.
Yeah. And a lot of times these young girls, they just don't get it. They don't understand. They're like, oh, you play for the Bucks? Oh, you play for the Eagles? Oh my God, you're a Cowboys player. Do you want to hang out later? Like, bitch. If you don't get him to cut this bag right here, right now.
Right. Because you're not going to get it later.
Oh, definitely not. Ladies, if an athlete ever promises you money after, don't fucking listen because you're not going to get it.
PSA. Paris.
Like, some of my very, very good friends are athletes, though, and they're just all trifling. I don't know.
Has any of them been disrespectful? And not even, I mean, just throughout your whole career.
Not disrespectful, no. And I think it's just because I set the tone like, all right, bitch, I will hit your ass.
Right.
And that's one thing that I love about working in the industry. You know, there's very little rules when it comes to if a customer disrespects you, you can definitely hit them back like,
right.
Oh, you want to go, you want to do this right now.
Right.
You know, and 9 times out of 10, you're not going to get in trouble for it.
You know, I it's crazy to hear that because when I'm in a strip club and I'm hanging out with whoever is the status or celebrity person, I've never seen a disrespecting situation, but I've seen the entitlement.
Oh, yeah.
That they feel that they should get like, comping a free bottle, and that's not even a strip club. We're just talking like in the club season.
Let's not talk.
Let's talk about it. Let's.
They are the first, especially the retired athletes. Oh, the first ones.
Retired or tired?
Both. They are the first ones to ask for a comp bottle or a discount on a bottle, or I bought this many bottles. Let me get this bottle for free. Sir, go tell that to your camp.
Right.
Okay? Go tell that to your coach and see what they say. You want to get those touchdowns? You want to keep that contract? Oh, okay. Pay for your shit. But they're the worst. They're just the worst.
Why do you think they're like that? Like, bro, you got a few mil in your bank account. Some of them own their own business, or they got money coming in, but yet they're still cheap. Not even cheap on a bottle aspect, and some of them don't even tip that well.
Oh, no. A lot of them do not tip at all.
Damn, you said like don't tip at all?
Like at all. They'll be like, oh, is 20% already included? I'll be like, yeah. I'll be like, oh, okay. That's why you're a free agent now.
Okay, you got to name drop somebody. Like, who's been the cheapest? I ain't saying you have to. Who's been the cheapest football player, basketball player that you see come into the strip club or the nightlife?
I don't.
Give it a juice. Give it a juice.
All right. Somebody who loves to ask for a discount, and this is no shade. It's my boy. I love him to death. BJ Daniels.
Oh no, not my dog. Not my dog. What?
Yeah.
Man.
I know.
Man, you just hurt my feelings. That's my boy. Sorry. Yeah, that's my boy. We ain't doing no shade, dog. I was all love. No shade. But I ain't mad at you though, because I know when I'm like hosting all these clubs that I've done in Tampa, I'm like, it's so funny. People are like, oh, but you drink for free anyways. I'm like, no, I don't.
No.
I might get a discount.
That's so crazy. A lot of people don't understand. They're like, oh, all these, local celebrities, whatever, they drink for free. No, they really don't.
No.
I mean, at some places they might.
I
but
do.
The places that I've worked at,
right,
y'all have a tab and y'all paying it.
It's so funny. Like, I'll probably get like a tab up to $100, and then after that, I get a discount, which is cool, and I'm cool with that as a host. Yeah. But and then there's some places like, hey, here's a $50 tab, and that's it. And then I always go over, and I always end up paying.
Yep.
Have I ever walked out on the tab? Nah, I have not. If I did, I was drunk, and then I took care of it the next night or two, just because it's like, you're drunk, you're blacked out. Yeah. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Or they hit with the chargebacks because they see how much they spent. And I'm like, bruh.
Have you ever had a football player or basketball player ever, you know how someone will say they pay they tab, but then they call their credit card company like, oh, I didn't do that?
Fraud? Or charge you back? Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Does that happen a lot?
Actually, it does.
Wow. Mm-hmm. And then y'all don't get no tip on top of that because it's...
If it gets charged back and they don't win, it goes... We still get to keep our money.
Okay.
It just goes against the club. Like, the club has to eat it.
That's fucked up.
It is, yeah.
But bro, you're going out to have a good time, so why not?
Mm-hmm. Like, there's a customer now, and he's done it multiple times, and they still let him in the club, and I'm like, why do you keep letting him back? You know this is what he's gonna do every single time. Stop letting him in the club.
Right.
And they just don't learn just don't learn. So, y'all gonna have to eat that up. I ain't paying shit.
All right, let's jump into the nightlife. So you've done the bottle service situation. You've seen a lot of cheap people come through. Mm-hmm. What's been the worst pickup line that you've heard? Or should I say, what's been one of the coolest pickup lines you probably heard?
So one of the coolest was a regular had asked for my phone number And he was like, all right, what are the last four of your phone number? So I told him. And that's what he tipped me.
Oh, shit.
Like, okay. I guess I'll hit you up tomorrow to see if you want to book next week. I wasn't mad at it.
No, you couldn't be.
No.
What's the worst pickup line? If you have one.
The worst pickup line was probably, I have a black car waiting outside. Are you ready? Like, sir, how about I just kick you downstairs and you can roll into your black car and go away?
Oh my God. We're gonna definitely tap in with a couple more things, but like we were just talking off the mic about eating closing.
Oh yeah.
One of our popular clubs, what used to be Franklin Manor back in the day.
Oh my God.
Which is crazy.
Yep.
Did you work at Franklin Manor back in the day?
I did. I worked there a couple of times.
Was you there when all the drama went down?
I actually lived right across the street from it when everything went down. I was working at Osteria too.
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah.
Yep. So that was, it was interesting because they shut that shit the fuck down. Like, when everybody was protesting outside of it, is you couldn't walk, you couldn't go nowhere. Like, they had the whole block shut down.
Did you guys, I know you said you worked across the street, lived across the street. Some of you guys that know what happened, Franklin Manor, this is during the George Floyd situation, and correct me if I'm wrong at any time of the story. The owner said some crazy shit. Should I say racist stuff?
Very racist. And he had an AK-47 in one of the pictures.
Yeah.
Which is why it blew up to how it did, and the FBI got involved, and it was wild. I
think a girl called him out from like drugging women at the club.
Oh yeah.
There was a lot of stuff.
Oh yeah.
It got so bad where, like you said, there was a riot, people protesting, and it shut it down. And and then I would say maybe a year and a half, 2 years later, Eden popped up.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
And then they ended up closing recently, not too long ago. Probably one of our dopest spots in Tampa.
Oh, definitely. You know, Assad and Kevin definitely put a lot into that club.
Yeah.
And they definitely revamped it. In the first couple of years it was open, it was great. Like, it was a great place to work. It was a great place to hang out. Like, the vibes were there. But, you know, with any club and any business in general, you know, things start to change. And management's going to come and go. And,
right.
You know, staff is going to come and go. And you just get to a point where I think as a business owner, is this really worth it? And I guess for them, it wasn't really worth it anymore.
I thought that, you know, shout out to Nico and Sean, did a great job running the club. I mean, no manager is perfect. Let's just say that.
Right.
You know, there's always going to be ups and downs at any club when a manager running any club or any owner.
Yeah.
You know, but though you have some good people that do a great job. I think that Nico and Sean did a great job.
Oh, they did an awesome job.
You know what I'm saying? That's how I feel about it. But like, it's crazy, the nightlife in Tampa right now. How would you describe the nightlife in Tampa right now? I'll ask that.
It's very divided right now, I feel like. There's just not... It's going through a weird time, and it's very divided, especially with the DJs and the promoters. And when Eden closed, I feel like it brought a lot of feelings out of people that they didn't know they had, and now all of a sudden they have. And, you know, there's not really many clubs that you can go hang out at anymore. Then you have the strip club.
Yeah.
And I think people have started venturing to the strip club more as a hangout spot because they don't have a lot of options.
Would you consider, is this slow season for you guys when it comes to strip clubs?
Yeah.
But I feel like you guys have been somewhat above it.
I mean, yeah. We've been holding on, you know, with our good customers and our regulars. Right. But after March Madness, it kind of just starts to fizzle out. And then once football season starts back up, kids go back to school,
right.
it picks up again. So it's just summertime is always brutal. And this year was especially hard because this is like the first summer we've had that wasn't like, that didn't have COVID money.
Right.
So it was rough for a lot of people for sure.
So it wasn't rough for you because, she owns her own business. So how long you been a stripper?
13 years.
What made you get into the stripper business?
So
you said 17 years? How old is it?
13
years? Oh my God. Damn.
Yeah.
It was still 13 years, all right.
So when I was still 18 in high school. And a couple of my friends, they had started doing it. And I was like, they were like, you just want to come and try it? I was like, fuck it. Why not? So I went and we were actually working at Envy. And that was the first club I ever worked at. Envy. And when you're a fresh-faced baby, 18 years old, you can make pretty good money. I'm not gonna lie. And I kind of just did that every once in a while. And then once I graduated high school, I was like, let's start venturing out some.
Right.
And then, worked at a couple clubs on Adamo, and then went down to Miami and worked in Miami and came back. And it was a great experience, to say the least.
Why is it when, like I said, and I'm sure as I look at you now, you're beautiful. So when you were 18, I know you just like you said, a baby. Why is it when women that are attractive like you, why is the first thing in your mind like, let's go be a stripper?
It's easy money. Men are stupid. No offense.
We are. We're dumb. I'll admit it.
And if we're really gonna get into it, men are pedophiles. Not all men, not all of y'all, but men like young women, especially when they're married. Wow. And the younger you look, the older the guy's gonna be. And that's just what it is. It's part of the industry that you just have to learn to normalize in a way, because you're never gonna get away from it. There's always gonna be a guy that's gonna come in, oh, do you have any new girls? And girls that are like freshly 18.
Wow.
And it's as long as they're 18, I guess, what can you really say? But it always plays in the back of your mind like, you are fucking gross.
No, it's actually nasty. But then even with you saying that, it just crossed my mind, like sex trafficking is really huge here in the state of Florida.
Oh, yeah.
Like, how does a fresh 18-year-old dodge that situation and not get caught up?
And I say this all the time. I don't ever condone anybody becoming a stripper or, getting into this industry, because it is the belly of the beast, and it will eat you up and spit you out if you are not ready for it. And these young girls, social media, TikTok especially, has made stripping this like big glamorous thing with all the money counts at the end of the night. And I'm like, for the love of God, don't. Just please don't.
Right.
Because you never know who's watching your page. Mm-hmm. You never know who's watching you at the club. You never know who's following you home. Like, you never know. And these girls, they're just coming in thinking about all this money they're going to make. And it's not like that.
Right.
It's really a dangerous industry to be in. And these new girls, all they see is dollar signs.
You didn't never lie about that. It's crazy you say that, because you got to think, I'm not trying to throw it so old school, but like when women became strippers, they didn't tell nobody.
No.
It was very low key. Mm-hmm. Like, if you found out, you found out. Then if you didn't find out, be like, don't tell nobody.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And now, you're right. Girls are just like on TikTok, like, this is where I work at. Come bring that money.
Normalized.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah. And I used to post, when I would be in a section making money, or post like money back in the day, and then I never really thought about it, and I always felt like I was untouchable. But there's always that one moment where you're just like, fuck, and you get put in situations where you're like, all right, bitch, you got a choice to make, and sometimes you just got to put your hands up and walk away.
Damn.
Yeah.
With that being said, I frequently hit the strip club up, and I saw a chick that I knew when I was on street team. And I've been in the city for a long time. And listen, I ain't gonna drop no names as much as I want to, because there's nothing but love and respect for this woman. But damn, she's been doing this for 20 years. Like, when do you say, fuck this, I gotta go, I need to move up, I need to go find a job? Like, you have your own business. Mm-hmm. This is a double whammy question. When did you realize you need to take that strip club money and then start doing something else? One, and then do you think there should be an age limit to women dancing in the strip club?
So I think my moment really was when I started hanging around people of different calibers, of different tax brackets. And, they start feeding you information about like what they do and, like how to invest in stocks and this and that and all these different things. And, if you don't meet people like that or you don't do your own research, it's very easy to just have nothing. And it's super important. I feel like it's not talked about ever, to invest in your money. It doesn't matter what you put it in. If it's going to come back and it's going to give you a return on the investment, do it.
Right.
Because that money is not going to last forever.
No, because I'm seeing, you guys have all this money. I'm like, are you putting this to the side?
Some girls do, some girls don't. It's just one of those things where you can always tell who's starving and who isn't. Mm. And you can always tell by when somebody with money comes in and they are the first to be on the floor scrounging up the dollar bills. And it's sad, but I take it as they don't know any better. Right. Or they just don't care. Because working in this industry, it's very easy to get that, if I spend $1,000 today, I can go to work tonight and make it back. Right. It's very easy to get in that mindset, and it's a horrible mindset to be in, because you ain't gonna make $1,000 every night, baby.
No, you're not. It just been times I've seen schoolgirls leave with like $50. Yeah. Or less. And y'all are there for like 5 or 6 hours. I'm like, ouch. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Damn. Do you think there's an age limit? And when I say this jokingly. But I've seen some chicks in there and I'm like,
honestly, no. If I'm being honest, no, because you have the guys that have the mommy issues. So if you have that young guy that that has that American Express, or he has that high limit card, or mommy and daddy's money, and he has mommy issues, she's gonna bank.
Okay, really?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So you're trying to tell me,
if you look good and you take care of yourself and you have a nice body, there should be no age limit on.
I give you that. But I've seen some bitches that look washed up. That's all I'm saying.
Definitely. Definitely washed up females in this industry. But it's just, and I think we've had this conversation before. Working nightlife, being a stripper, bottle girl, bartender, whatever, that money that you make is the most addicting thing. Like, that feeling is better than any feeling you get from drinking alcohol or doing drugs.
Really? Wow.
Like, it is such a rush. Like, you go to work and you're like, damn, what am I going to make tonight? Oh, okay, I made $100. Or, oh, okay, I made $10,000. Like, you never know what you're going to make or who you're going to meet. And it's just a thrill. Like, it's so addicting. And then to go from working somewhere where you can literally make an endless amount of money in one night to working a regular job or running a business or doing anything outside of that industry, it is so hard, because you always revert back to, okay, well, if I'm not successful at this, or if this doesn't work out, I always have that to go back to. Right. And it is a nasty habit. I've been trying to get out for so long, and it's just one of those things where you're not going to find another job like it. So you might as well fucking take advantage while you can.
You just said trying to get out. So that means you're still in it, even though you're bartending now.
Yeah.
So we can safely say You're done with stripping.
Oh no.
So you're a hybrid. I'm a stripper.
Yeah.
And I'm a bartender.
Yeah.
Depends how I feel.
Yeah. Yeah. If I know I have somebody coming in, I'll put on the heels, strap up the shoes. But I don't know. I hate doing it, but then when I do it, I'm like, oh my God, I'm having so much fun. I'm making so much money.
Right.
Yay. It's great. But then the next day, I'm like, fuck this shit. Where the sugar daddies at?
Do you currently have a sugar daddy now?
No.
Okay.
I don't, which sucks.
I mean, like I said, I'm not trying to put your personal business out there.
I wish I did. If anybody, sugar daddies out there, just hit me up. Ain't no sugar involved, but I'll go to dinner with you.
That's about it.
Yeah.
You know, but you cut the check.
Yeah.
I bet y'all didn't know this. She has a kid. How old? A boy or girl?
A girl.
How old is she now?
16 months.
Don't even look at it. And it's funny. We was also talking off the mic how like some strippers don't work out, and some strippers do work out. So I would say you work out.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I do, yeah.
So you just want to keep the body in check.
Yep. So I actually worked out my entire pregnancy up until like a month before I gave birth. And then after I gave birth, once I got cleared, I was right back in the gym. It's just something you want to have to do. Like, you want to take care of yourself. You want to feel good. And going to the gym, for some people, that's what it is.
Right.
Now, do genetics play a big role in it? Of course. Of course. But the gym will definitely do you right, even if you only go once, twice, 3 times a week. Just something.
Have you ever told a girl like, hey, you might want to hit the gym a little bit?
Yes.
She did not hesitate. Did they actually take your advice?
They did.
Okay, cool.
They did. I'm sorry, if you're going to ask the question, I'm going to give you the answer. And she asked, she was like, oh my God, this outfit used to fit me so good. Like, do I look like I've gained weight? Baby, you definitely gained weight.
I can see
And
it.
you know you have. You're just looking for the reassurance that you still have that little petite body, and you don't. And you know you don't. And your friends aren't going to tell you. But I will, as your stripper friend.
Right.
I got you. So.
Real quick, are there do's and don'ts when you want to become a stripper?
Absolutely.
Like, is there any, hey, do this, but don't do this. And if you have 3, knock them out right now.
Stripper etiquette 101. Listen up, ladies.
Look into the camera.
If there's money on the floor, do not walk into a goddamn section. Don't do it. Hygiene is very important. It's very, very important. If you can't go and do the whiff test, then just don't. Just don't be a stripper. Fucking your customer will not make him spend any more money in the club than he already is. And you're probably cutting yourself off. So, just,
That's keeping it real.
It is.
That's down there, but that's sure. Those are 3 valuable points, I think, right there.
Yep. I had customers for years that I never did anything with. And the minute a new girl walked in, and she would be there for a couple of weeks, and then she would go sleep with them, and you would never see her in the section again. And that's just how it is. They want that chase. They want that thrill. Every time they come in and they spend money, they're like, yeah, tonight's the night. No, sorry, it's not. It's never going to be the night, but I'm glad you think that.
With all that said, you're very successful doing your own company, Build a Glow.
Body Glow Aesthetics.
Body Glow, my bad. How's that going?
I've kind of taken a step back from it. I was doing it a lot before I had my daughter, and then I kind of stopped doing it, and now I just reopened my own studio again. So I'm kind of just trying to find the dynamic between work life, being a mom, and running a business, and doing all the things that you got to do to survive.
Right.
It definitely has been put on the back burner, but I just need to get back into it because, That's what I went to school for, so.
I was about to say, you just can't let all that school you went for just not to do nothing with it. And you got the building, so why not?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Let's get back into it. Like I said, Sarah here on the Buck With Me podcast. She's from Tampa. Like, hold up. Born and raised.
Baby.
Listen, anytime that you meet somebody in Tampa that's born and raised, I have to touch them. Because it doesn't happen. I'm not from here. Miko, who's feminist right now, he's been here as a baby, but he wasn't born here. So when I meet people from Tampa, just like it's nice to meet you. I know you have a lot of history here in Tampa. The gossip that we hear in the nightlife and in the strip club industry. Have you ever been caught up in some of those rumors and gossip?
Oh, absolutely.
And what was it about?
It's always when you have a falling out with a friend. That's usually when it all happens. And then they just go to like saying all type of crazy shit, and you're just like, bitch. But I've definitely been caught up in the drama, especially when you're like working in this industry and you start like dating somebody, not just like casually fucking them, but like you're actually dating.
Right.
All of a sudden, all the roaches come out of the woodwork, and you're just like, don't drag me into this. Leave me the fuck alone. I just want to be happy in my relationship. But definitely, if you work in this industry and you've never been caught up in some drama, then are you really having fun?
Right.
I mean, let's be for real.
Nah, you're right. I mean, sometimes the rumors and drama is fun until it gets out of hand. And sometimes it can get out of hand.
It can get out of hand.
And I think,
real quick.
Yeah, and I think also like sometimes it be petty stuff. It's just females are trying to step it up and try to get to a certain place, and then dudes are just lying on their dick. And you probably come across that a lot.
Oh, yeah.
Like, bro, you know you ain't hit that. Stop.
I'd be like, show me. Show me. Show me.
Oh, my God. Listen, Sarah, thank you so much for coming on the Buck With Me podcast.
Thank you for having me.
You know, she's been like, I need to get her done. I need to talk. We need to talk. And like I said, there are some rumors that she's been involved in that I heard. I'm like, I do not believe it. Like, I know people that you hang out with. It's like, it's not that serious. Listen, thanks for coming through.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Until the next time. And make sure you get back into your business, girl.
I am. I'm going to do it.
You know what I'm saying? So they can find you where at again?
Body Glow Aesthetics, and I'm bartending at the Dollhouse.
So who's going to the Dollhouse tonight? Let's go.
It's hospitality night.
Okay.